Well, hello. Welcome back to Carl's Garden Veg. Lovely to see you guys. Lovely to see you. Lovely for you to join me as well today. I'm saying today, it's late afternoon now and it's starting to get really dark. So I've come into the shed. I've done some work. I'm just going to show you what I've done. Rather than filming it, I'm just going to show you what I've done. Not a great deal, but I've cleared one or two more beds. I put a bit of membrane down and put some holes in it ready for planting. So I'll show you that in a second. I'm just going to finish off my cuppa and then I'm going to light the fire, so we'll get that going now as well. I've lost my show you now. So this is an empty one. I've got a bottle that the plumbers use basically for plumbing, and I usually like a little blowtorch, and I usually set the fire going with that, but I don't know where it is. It's definitely in the shed somewhere, but I've had to tidy up, and who knows now. But anyway, well done for coming back, and we'll crack on outside now and I'll show you what I've been doing. Let's do it. Just see how dark it is out there, but I just want to show you the difference with these little lights that I got. This is in the shed, solar lights. They're very good actually. I fitted these last year and I haven't really used them not that much because now obviously it's the winter, and in the summer you don't really need them because it's quite light late on around about 9-10 o'clock. But in the winter when it's really dark outside, it's ideal in here to get things all lit up and stuff. So right, let's go outside and have a little look in, guys. So we're going outside and this is what I've done. So the middle bed, what I've done now is basically put a nice weed membrane down. Just see if I can work that. And this basically, I've got it all planted. I've got it all laid down because I've put holes in it. So there's, what have I got? I think it's 10 holes per row. So it's 40 holes there. And I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to put in there, but it's probably going to be something like, I don't know, maybe beetroot or even onions sets, when it's ready to plant. I haven't done that side because I might put something else differently in that side, but that's what I've done there. Still got this bed to weed, and then I'm going to put a nice layer of compost, but what I have done is clear this one out. So in here I had potatoes last year, and I've just dug them out and I've found a couple of extras which they'll come up with me, but I've also got some ones that were starting to seed or root. So I've put them into the polytunnel in a dark, not a dark place, but in a dry place I should say, and they're ready now to be planted. So they'll be perfect now, hopefully come the spring. I'm going to try them and put them in buckets anyway. So I've still got a bit of rubbish by here to clean. This is going to come out, this raised bed. That bench is going to be moved and I'm going to dig out all inside here, give it a good clean out, fresh compost, and that bench is going somewhere else. So I'll have another bed here, possibly sunflowers and things like that. I'm going to put here some flowers. I don't know yet what exactly, but it's looking good and I'm quite happy with the progress. This is my neighbour's plot, and he's just not a well man at the moment. I did remember last year I put all the weed membrane down and planted up some stuff for him, but he hasn't been well of him, I can tell him something now. He's like, when he was well, right, he'd turn this plot over within an hour or two. Honestly, this would be no problem for him whatsoever. He was very, very good. So I planted this up for him. So there's beds all year. I know it looks like a lot, but this stuff is all surface stuff. That can, well, you'll see now. And you got to start pulling at it, and it comes out pretty quick. And just basically then all that can be pulled out and that can be raked off, and that soil underneath there is really good, and it's the same on that one there, believe it or not. So it's just surface stuff that's grown over the top of it, and he's got a couple of other beds up here, but this is the other half of the plot that I got. So this is the one half, the polytunnel and the square, and that's the other half there with his shed and his little greenhouse there. But yeah, he would have this turned over no problem, but he's just not well. So I'm going to see what I can do this year for him, as long as I get on top of things with myself. And to be honest, I'm pretty much nearly there, and another few days and I'd probably get it all sorted. But for him, because he's not well. And sometimes, even if he comes down, he likes to sit in the shed and have a cuppa and have a chat with some of the lads that's down here. And I think that'll help him out. You remember I did a help out on this plot a little while ago, a few years ago, when he wasn't very well either, but he's got it sorted this year because he's put all this weed membrane down. I know it's blown up here, but the soil here is good, like, you know, so he's fine with that. Yeah, he's got all that sorted. But yeah, with this gentleman here, I'm gonna give him a hand this year and get it hopefully get it all sorted for him. He's got just a lot of surface stuff that's grown over, you know, because like I said, all this is all on the top. Once you start clearing this like this, you know, just now, just a couple of poles of that, and then underneath there, look, oops, sorry guys, underneath there, you know, there's a couple of runners, but the soil is pretty good, you know, once he's cut grass has been taken up. But you could put cardboard, but you could take that up, right, put cardboard over the top, then fill it up, put more compost on top, and that would probably suppress the weeds. And then you'd only have to, you know, wood chip his paths here, which I might even do for him, like I said. So we'll see how he goes with that. Just move out to the one side so it doesn't become a trip hazard. There we go. So I'm gonna make that sorted. But as for me, I'm pretty there now, guys. It was mine. So that's what I've done with that section. It does look. It does save a lot. I found out last year. So when I put that weed membrane down here last year, this year when I lifted it up, I only had to go around the edges. Literally 10 minutes, the whole bed was done, and I just put compost on the top, and then I planted in it. Now obviously my garlic are there. They're picking up now as well. They did go a bit wilty, but they've seemed to have managed to pick up a bit. So yeah, who knows? Who knows? So let's. Oh, that one's gone off. What's going on over there? Oh, there we are. I think this is a sensor on them as well. There's a sensor on them, so they go off when no one's in here. That's saving you on your solar panel, you know. Yeah, I'm impressed with them, I gotta be honest. So obviously all this is being wood chipped. I've been harvesting some leeks there, so that's just the leaves that could go in the compost bin. These beds are all sorted. This has got to go into the compost bin as well. What I got to do, I got to empty one of them out. There's good compost in there. I want to finish off and put it on some of these beds, and then I can lift that into there. But it's just so wet at the moment and so damp, and there's no big rush because it's not stuff I'm going to be using this year. That'll be probably next year's compost. I got to then put some more wood chip on this bit by here and down the side there, so it'll lift the plot. And just take a quick look around. This is what I'm saying. That's on in here. All this is finished compost. Look at it. It's just absolutely black gold. It's beautiful stuff. So I've got about, believe it or not, it looks like, it doesn't look much, but it's about, I say a quarter of a ton in there. And that'll fill most of my beds that I got. Obviously this is a fresh compost bin that is started this year, so that's going to be melted, that's going to be rotted down, ready for next year. But I also want another one going ready for next year as well. And then I got the one, I'll show you this in the other place. So the other stuff I got, as you know, just move this a second. And this is the oh, this is beautiful. This stuff is. Just move that bit. Get a bit of light in yet. See what's going on. You've seen this stuff already, and look at that. So many little worms in it. Look. Absolutely beautiful stuff. You could sow seeds straight into that. And in fact, I probably will. There's just no lumps in it. There's nothing. It's just, and that was, I can't believe how well that's broken down. That was just basically all fresh straw and manure, already bagged from me. I collected last year. There was 40 odd bags or 50 odd bags that went in here, and it was a hotbed, and it worked really well. But then obviously when I didn't need it, I just left the lid on it, and I was putting all my seeds and stuff on the lid here, and somewhere to store them, like, you know, when I was planting. And this have obviously broken down, look, to that. And like I said, it is. There's no smell to it. It's beautiful. There's a bit of plastic in there. But anyway, yeah, it got really hot as well, it did, to be honest, when I did the hotbedding, yeah. But I'll definitely be doing that again this year. So I'm going to go up that place, fill my van up with fresh stuff, put it in here. And here, like I said, I got half a ton. And I've used some of it, actually, on some of the beds in here. But there's about half a ton left there. Maybe, I don't know, just over a quarter ton, I should imagine, or half a ton, because I have used some. But that's going to be superb for what I need it for planting, for the seeds. Whether I mix it straight, or I might even put some in as it is. I might even plant some stuff up and try it as it is, some lettuce and other bits and pieces, like, you know. So, but yeah, so it's all looking good. Everything is ready. I know it looks like a bit of a mess in here, but the beds, see them, even though this stuff is here, these are potatoes, the ones do you know what I was telling you about? So they're just drying off, but they're at the moment. I'm not washing them, leave them on them, because that helps to keep them sort of sealed, if you like. When you start washing them, you can then introduce issues. So I'm leaving them as they are. They'll dry out, and then what I'll do, I'll put them then into like an area where it's not too frosty in the shed, and they'll just store there quite nicely. I might even wrap them in a bit of newspaper, but some of them are already rooted, but they'll be good for seed potatoes for next year. Anyway, what I was saying was that even though it looks a bit of a mess in here, guys, I can put that back on you now for a second. Even though it looks a bit of a mess in here, the reality is that a lot of this stuff has just been stored in here at the moment. The beds are ready for planting. That's all that matters, really. So I've got like stuff in here, like some trays and bits and pieces I want to keep. And then I got all the planting trays and obviously there, and some of my tools. So let's have a little look in the other polytunnel. It's good to have a muse, isn't it? Just good to have a little sort of a vlog on what's going on here. What's going on? Anybody could do with this? So I picked that up from a skip. I got two of them actually. So if anybody can make use, yeah, the other one's down there. I've seen them online, right? These are not the big ones, they're the next size down, but they're fantastic for coffee tables. People make coffee tables out of them. If someone wants one of these, put a message in the comments, and if you live in local to me, I'll even deliver it for you for free. Can't be fairer than that. It's just I had three, I did. Oh, I have got three. There's the other one. So I got one there. I'm going to keep the one for the table for myself, but there's two other ones here, and they're solid, absolutely solid. But all they need is a rub down, you know, and you're basically, then you could put something here, like a light or something decorative to come up with there, or even an umbrella, you know, whatever. But it's a nice little coffee table you can make out of them. Anyway, I'm digressing. Let's have a look in the large polytunnel. This is my 8-meter polytunnel, this one is. So the one you just was in was a 6x3, and this is 8x3. And I've had to do a repair on the door, so I've wired it all up here because the hinge snapped and all the wind we had. So that's what it's looking like in here. It's all looking clean and tidy. Every bed is ready to plant now. There's a cabbage that needs to go up when I'm ready to eat it. Not quite yet though. I got two more of them actually in the other part of the shed. And all the beds are ready here. I got to put wood chip here because I had to break this bed and put some new compost in there in, and some good compost has gone in the bottom of here, and I've just turned it over slightly to do it. But all the other beds, as you know, had been no dig. So but yeah, everything looking good in here. I just got a couple of bits and pieces, but planting wise, I'm all ready to go. I'm ready to go. So it's all good stuff. Yeah, that's all ready to plant now. Right, let me just spin you around for a sec. So it's looking pretty good on the plot. As I can see by now, it's in darkness. So see if the light comes on when I walk in. Hello. Oh hey, that's cool, isn't it? Hey. Very good, very good. Let me just put you down by here for a second. There we are. So as you can see, things are looking excellent on the plot. I'm pretty much nearly ready for spring now. Now, that doesn't mean that I haven't got jobs to do, because I've got a lot to do still. Come February, March, it does become a bit manic when it comes to planting, and it's finding areas where to put your seeds and where to store your seedlings. Because what can happen, people plant January, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not condemning anybody. It's lovely ones want to get started, that's great. But in my experience, if you've got nowhere to put those seeds or those seedlings when they come up, particularly somewhere where it's quite warm. I know some plants are tolerable to cold, even freezing conditions some plants are, but they do struggle when it's continually hit by cold weather. So we're just at the end of January, we haven't even come to February yet, so there's still plenty of time. And I keep saying that to ones, because I've had a couple say they panic a little bit because they're behind, and I'm like, you know what, you don't be behind. I think Tony O'Neill, he put a good video out actually recently. I'll put a link to his channel below, but he put one out recently about 4 things to think about now, in order to prepare yourself for the growing season. So and they're not major things in the sense of that you feel you've got to be behind. So just have a look at his video, because I thought he made some lovely points there, which I think will help you to see that you haven't got to panic thinking that you're behind. Most of you know Tony O'Neill anyway, but I'll put a link to his video below, because he's a really good gardener. I've learned a lot from Tony. He literally lives about 3 miles down the road from me on another allotment site. So yeah, but don't think you're behind. Just focus on what you're doing and enjoy it. If there's anything I can encourage you to think about, don't panic. Just enjoy it. And even if you only planted half your plot this year, so be it. Don't worry about it. Enjoy it. If you get your joy in your gardening, the rest will follow naturally. Oh, lights out. Look, that must be time up. So I can I'll come back on. There we are. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Look after yourselves. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It really does help the channel. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what happened then. My storage on my phone filled up, and it just said I can't come to a new video until I delete some stuff. So I've done that now. Anyway, I'm on around about 1,700 subscribers, something like that. I never thought I'd ever get there. So thank you for your support in that area. Please hit the notification bell so you'll have videos when they're released. Like I said, it's not anything exciting at the moment because of the time of year. But as the season goes on, you'll see me planting, you'll see me transplanting, you'll see me harvesting, growing, and all sorts. You'll see it all on all different varieties of veg and fruit, of course. So look after yourselves. Don't forget, this is Carl, Garden Veg, signing out. And you didn't even have an episode where there was any Go Faster batteries, did you, today? Sorry about that. Bye, guys.